Time to talk Jets. Time to talk about the New York Jets. This is a bye week. We're on a bye week. But here's the crazy part. We all knew the bye week was coming. What we didn't know is we'd be 6-3 going into the bye week. And we could have easily been 7-2. There was a team we could have very easily beaten, but we didn't because of a rough call and some bad quarterback play. But that's a whole nother conversation. The bottom line is we're 6-3. And we got a revenge game coming up in about 9 days that I can't wait for. We'll be back to talk about it all. Also, we're going to give you the lowdown of what's going on tonight right after this. Greatest co-host in the world! Watch 2K99. Get ready to rumble!
The tag team champions of the world!
My brotherly creeper
has the best intro I have ever received.
The world! The Buffalo Jets man.
Yo.
George Fant is a barely above replacement level, pretty good left tackle.
How can you say
Compare
that when
that
he
to
was
an-
top 3 in sack percentage last year for left tackles?
And I think when in doubt, until you have better reason, go with the optimistic view. And our defensive line is going to be giving a lot of people some trouble.
But yeah, it's got to be. I'm with you. I don't like the Nathan's fries when they're like floppy. It's got to be like done really well. You know, it's very hard to teach 6'3" and 4.3 speed. That's very rare. The talent's there. He's just got to put it together mentally.
Right.
To get
You're a
on
cheater.
you, I'm a cheater. And we have everything NYJ first in. That's the Gino's buddy. Gino, Italy's best friend, living in Long Island. What's going on? We got Weed the People is here. He's ready to go with a lot of O's. That's my man. Grandizer is here. No warning. He just sees I'm on and runs in so he can get to work. Thank you, Grandizer. You can follow me all these places and you could become a snacker. That's absolutely true. But we got things to talk about, don't we? We got no game to talk about, but there's interesting things going on. We have a situation where most people do not think that Josh Allen is going to play, but there's definitely been a little gamesmanship. The Bills are not being clear about it at all. There was even an incident where Josh Allen, when the media came out to their practice for the media portion, saw the media coming in and took off for the locker room. Showmanship or real? We don't know. But anyway, we got ourselves an interesting game because if Minnesota plays a Josh Allen-less Bills, there's a legitimate chance that Sunday night we could be listed atop of the division 9 games into the season. Think about that. 9 games into the season. And we could be listed and technically be the first place team in the AFC East. Would any of us thought that when the year started? Now, if Josh Allen plays, I will admit I personally feel that they're a favorite over the Vikings. In some ways, you'd have to hope that they are, because if they're not, we got to play the Vikings. So if they can't beat them, how are we going to beat them? But anyway, without Josh Allen, it's a totally different game. And I want to make an announcement. What I'm going to do is I'm going to watch that game anyway. So I'm going to watch it here in the studio and click record and live stream and whatever the buttons that I click. And I'm going to invite you to watch it with me. So for those of you who want to, because there's no Jet game, join me for a watch party We're going to have a Vikings-Bills watch party, and we are going to be the biggest Minnesota Viking fans for 3 hours. And we're going to root hard because we will literally be in first place if the Vikings win. Now, that's a reason to root for them, wouldn't you say? Snowball is here. What's going on? Oh, did all the rain from Florida come up to you guys? Monsoon, because I know there's a hurricane. I don't know if it's that same storm front that just worked its way up the coast or what, but yeah, man, that means, man, is it pouring in Manhattan? Because when it pours in New York City, then I know that nowadays when it pours in New York City, the subways downtown in the financial district, downtown Manhattan, are like a waterfall, like total flooding. It's absolutely out of control. What's going on? Clutch, checked out your channel. I like it. Good channel. Putting up new content. Already above 500 subscribers. My man, you are off and running. We beat the Bills. We can beat the Vikings. We can beat anyone. Yes, I believe that. But doesn't mean it's going to be easy now, does it? It does not mean. But look, I think we got to a point where we used to feel before every game there were certain teams where we have really no chance of winning and we didn't believe we really had a chance to win. And I think those days, for right now, at least it appears, are going to be behind us. We are at the very least going to go into every week believing we have a chance to win the game, a real chance. We're no longer going to keep our head down and kick in the cement and go, oh, shucks, well, maybe something. No, we're going to go in expecting to compete every week and know that we have a real chance to win the game because we are a real team. And I wish fans would, like all fans, could come together and celebrate that. But unfortunately, some are not. I don't see there any argument left that we are a real team. We are no longer the Jets of the last 12 years. We're no longer an easy win for other teams. We are now a team that is a threat to whoever we play. So it doesn't mean we're the favorite. It doesn't mean we're saying we're definitely going to win. What it means is, we're saying is we are not bowing down and kissing the rings of anyone. You know who I stole that from. Billy SBC is here. He says the Jets win over Buffalo gives every team that plays them confidence now. They have become beatable. Yes, the Bills are definitely been exposed a little bit. Some people are saying the Jets actually provided the blueprint of how to beat them, but there's only one problem with that. Not every team has a Sauce Gardner. Not every team has a DJ Reed. And not every team has a defensive line like ours. But there has been kind of a blueprint. Some people think, I don't know. Some people might not agree with that. Some people do. But there is some talk that the Jets kind of showed this is how you play the Buffalo Bills. Hopefully both of our teams can play in the playoffs. That would be nice. That would be fun. Hopefully if we play the Kansas City Chiefs in the playoffs, it won't be until the AFC Championship game. I don't want to see I don't want to see Kansas City anytime before that. Plus, it'll mean that the Jets will have made it all the way to the AFC Championship game, which would be amazing. Jinpak, what's going on? Hey to you. Snowball comes in and says, I'm wondering how long Buffalo will keep Allen out. Throwing doesn't help healing. It's going to be interesting. Is it just gamesmanship? Do they have him not throwing? Is he throwing? Are they really serious about trying to play him? We don't know for sure. Nobody knows for sure, but we'll find out on Sunday. Michael Carter saying, today I had fun with my friends. Might be my favorite quote all season. That's pretty awesome. And it shows the youth of the team, but it also shows his leadership to say something like that, right? It's a great thing. It's a great mentality to spread around the locker room. We're a group of friends. We're a family, and we're having fun. And that's what it's all about. When you feel that way, that means you're winning games. That's what I think. It's going to be tough for teams to seal with all we got to throw at them. It is. I mean, look, it doesn't mean we won't have a horrible game or two. I mean, it could happen to any team, but I feel like, please, I invite any team that plays us to go into the game thinking it's going to be easy, not prepared for a war. Like, I would love that. Let them come in unprepared. Let them not respect us. Let the disrespect continue. As long as the longer it continues, the bigger the advantage. But at some point that will end, and it may have already ended with the win in Buffalo, where teams are going to say, this is no longer the game on the schedule you point to and say win. This is a game we're going to have to go out and earn it. This is a real team. And that's what we've proved. Last year's team was probably a 500 team too, if not for all the injuries. Very possibly. People don't understand how much that Becton injury hurt. The Carl Lawson injury obviously hurt. Not having any safeties hurt. There's a lot of things that went wrong that could have went better for us if it had fallen the right way. The chips had fallen the right way. But that's neither here nor there or anywhere. That's in the past. Right now, we are what we are. And all we got to do is smile and look forward. Zach said after the game, the stadium was electric. It's good to hear, especially because 40% of the stadium was Buffalo fans. I don't know if that might be an exaggeration, but there's nothing we could do about that. When we play teams that are local to us, that are very easy to get to, you're going to have that. And guess what? I go to Oakland A games out here when they play the Yankees, and there are more Yankee fans than A's fans. So that's not even local, right? That's how did that happen, right? That's just from Yankee fan transplants that are in California actually make up and take over. We call Oakland Yankee Stadium West when the Yankees play the A's. So it's all true. Jet the F up. Jeremy Stance, Jets should keep losing so people underestimate them. No. I'm saying that they're not respecting our wins. So go ahead, continue to disrespect our wins, continue to make excuses, continue to say this is why they won. Now, the only thing that they had last week with Buffalo, the only thing they tried, the trolls, is they tried to say that last play was an pass interference on Sauce. And the reality is, if you know anything about football and you watch back that pass play, it was actually offensive pass interference. If you were going to call anything, I'm not saying the ref should have called it. I think it was a good no call. I wouldn't want them to call it. I think that they were having a hand battle, which is almost every play in the NFL with receiver and quarterback. That's what goes on. You don't know it or see it until a ball is actually thrown at them. But pass interference is when the guy hits him early or grabs onto him and holds him and protrudes him for catching the ball. Protrudes. Did I say that right? And that was not the case. They had the normal contact between a cornerback and a wide receiver. Sauce Gardner was not holding and impeding him from catching the ball. It wasn't, the ball wasn't there. It wasn't right there, and the guy couldn't make the catch because Sauce was all over him, initiating that contact and that battle, so the guy couldn't do both things. It was beautiful defense. It was a perfect defensive play by Sauce Gardner. Hopefully no muskets get fired in Foxborough when we play the Patsies. I hope not. I hope not. We could win the Super Bowl and they would still disrespect us. Probably. There'd be all kinds of excuses. It was an off year. It was a once in a lifetime opening and the Jets got lucky. Probably. But I don't care. Let's win the Super Bowl. They could disrespect us all they want. They could disrespect us. We could win 3 Super Bowls and they could still say this and that. We're not that good and we're overrated and blah, blah, blah. I love it. Thank you. Yes, keep doing it. Keep doing it. I don't care. I don't want the Jets to win for respect. I'm not looking for respect from these other fans. That you'll be waiting your whole life if you want that. You know what I mean? Like, you'll be waiting your whole life. Just root for us to win. Let's get the ring. 2022 Jets defense, greatest Jets defense of all time. Remember, elite defenses win championship, folks. Oh, okay. Look, I agree that they're playing maybe possibly the best defense we've ever seen in this organization. Definitely comparable to 2010 and the sack exchange in the early 80s. But we need a bigger sample size before we can fairly make that comparison. I'll just say that. That last play was an offensive PI, if anything. Yeah, see that? So we agree. I'm a little bit behind in the chat, obviously. Prevents. Yeah, I guess that's a good synonym. Cinnamon. I spoke two germisms today that my brother would actually love. The first one is instead of saying, oh my God, I'm going to say it the wrong way again. I won't say that one because I can't say it right. But the germism I said was to Green Bean. I said, there's no chance, hold on. What did they say? Oh, I said he doesn't know me from Adam. And when I spelled it ATOM. And Green Bean says, you mean Adam, ADAM. And I said, no. I'm going to be 52 years old. And I meant Adam, ATOM, because I always thought it was he knows me like Adam, ATOM, like he knows me like an atom, a molecule. You can't see me, so you don't know me. And then I found out, no, it's Adam from Adam and Eve. You know? So that's a germism. That's what we call a germism. I have a lot of those. Can you? So one of the things I said is, me and my wife are having a conversation about cancer, and I said, well, it's really bad when it metabolizes. And then she gave me the correct word for that it's supposed to be when you're talking about it, and I forgot already. So I don't even know the word. It's metabol. No, I don't know. Matthew will type it in the chat, I'm sure. Can you imagine New York City if the Jets won the Super Bowl? It would be the largest party in history in the NFL. It'd be pretty awesome. It'd be a pretty awesome parade for sure. No question about that. Would they do one in New Jersey also is the question. I don't think they did it for the Giants, so probably not. Let's see. Oh, metastasize. That's right. Metastasize. Thank you. Oh, okay. Apparently we have somebody else with a brain in the chat. Jets Giants Super Bowl. Subway Super Bowl. That would be cool, but will the Giants make it? Look, good luck, because that would be my most desirable matchup. If you said, who would you most rather play in the Super Bowl? And you said Dallas, the Eagles, the 49ers, or the Giants, I would say Giants for sure. Did you see the SNL skit about the Jets fans in the parking lot? Yeah, it was the best. It was the best when they were yelling, you're the size of a whale, go on a diet. And she's like, I'm pregnant. It was great. It was absolutely fantastic. I recommend everyone check out the last episode of Saturday Night Live with Amy Schumer. And there's a Jet skit in there about Jet fans at a tailgate party. You could probably YouTube it and find it. It was absolutely fantastic. Very, very funny. Very good stuff. One factor to the Jets turnaround this season is that nobody is talking about is a new YouTube channel at Jets Chaos, firing up the fans. They need to talk more about that, don't they? I think we might have made the Bills more dangerous. Maybe, but not if Josh Allen is out. Not if Josh Allen is out. But yeah, when he's back and healthy, believe me. Every great teams, even if they finish, great teams that finished the season 14-3 still had 3 losses. If Josh Allen was healthy and he ends up playing, and the Bills end up with, let's say, 13-4. All right, a great season, still Super Bowl favorite, probably would have home field advantage throughout the playoffs. Only have to play 2 games depending on Kansas City, and we just happen to be one of those losses, right? I mean, and yes, great teams like the Bills, and they are a great team, should usually respond after getting beat. They should respond, and they should have a better game. We'll see. But the Josh Allen thing up in the air, whether he's playing or not, is, a big deal. I got to say, I hope our team isn't like most of the fans talking about AFC's champions, so we have to focus on the Pats. Yeah, look, I think it's the bye weeks, Anthony. So we could look at the first half of the season and we could be excited as a fan base and say, what are the possibilities? I think it's that we all agree we're fans, right? It doesn't matter what we talk about. Everyone says, "Oh, you got to focus on the Pats." No, the team has to focus on the Pats. We don't want the team sitting there going, "Yo, guys, we go to the Super Bowl. Maybe if we beat Miami, what other games in Chicago?" No, we don't want them doing that, but we can do that because we got hours between now and the Patriots game, right? So there's plenty of time that we could talk as and focus on the Patriots, and we can. What do we have to do to beat the Patriots? But there's plenty of time. I do a 2-hour show, right? We could talk for an hour about the Patriots. We could talk a half an hour about some other things, food, and we could talk a half an hour about the team and the season and the outlook and what's going on. We could talk about all those things. But I agree, the number one priority is, there's no question, the number one priority is we have to win next week on Sunday in 9 days. We have to win. It is critically important that we beat the New England Patriots. We have to get that monkey off our back. We have to continue the strong divisional record. That means we'll be 3-1 within the division. I mean, so we're talking about reality here. We're talking about not just to get the monkey off the back and because we hate the Patriots. We have to beat them for several reasons. We have to beat them to get the monkey off the back, and we hate the Patriots. Number two, and this is not an order of importance, we have to beat them because we're the better team. And to be truly a great team and a great organization, we need to get into the habit of beating the teams and winning the games we're supposed to win. And we are the better team, so we need to win. And then the third, probably the most important reason, is the impact it has on our season currently and on our run for the playoffs. And that is, we beat the New England Patriots. We maintain a great division record and a strong opportunity to go another week where we're in first or second place in the divisional fight. Now, if the Bills don't play Josh Allen, or even if they do and they lose to the Vikings, then it's in our destiny to win the division because we will be in the lead technically, which means we control our own destiny for the division. So the Patriot, and we don't want to lose that against the Patriots, a team we're better than. We want to go in and win, beat Chicago, right? We want to win every game we could win, and every week we could win coming back from this bye is a week we extend the possibility of defending first place in the division. I say we go for it. Why the hell not? I don't think we should concede that. But, of course, the team, and each week we're going to have to focus on the next game and win the next game. So right now, it's the New England Patriots. And that's the catalyst. It's so important because losing that game could end all of this. We can come crashing down. I think we need to win that game. I think it's critical we win that game. Absolutely. So what is it going to take to beat the Patriots? Just Zach Wilson, the Zach Wilson we saw last week, and that we're not playing against the referees. You know what I mean? We can't have to sit here and be playing against the referees. We need a fair ref game. I don't want to sound like a crybaby saying it, but when you look at the six, they stole that game from us in a lot of ways. I mean, it's still our fault. Because Zach played so badly. We still could have won that game. It's not an excuse. Like, we still should have won. But at the end of the day, if the refs don't steal and rob us of that touchdown, it's 17-3, and it's a different game. And I'm sure the outcome is different. So we got robbed. And I don't want to see that now. All I'm asking is for fairness. We need to have some fairness when we play them. You're satisfied to know that the last team the Bills want to see in the playoffs is New York Jets. I don't know. I mean, look, I think Miami gives them fits also. But look, yeah, I certainly don't think anybody wants to see us in the playoffs. Why would you? But every team is scary in the playoffs, man. Is there a playoff game you're not nervous when you go into? Like, in all my years as a Jet fan, there was never a playoff game where I was like not nervous. Even when we beat Indianapolis 42-0, even when we crushed Jacksonville in I think 98. There was never a game I wasn't nervous. Every playoff game the Jets have ever played, I never thought, oh, we got this in the bag. I was always nervous. You talk an hour about the Pats, and we are tossing eggs your way, by the way. Hello there. What's up, Twisted? Twisted is here, everybody. We can start the show, the real show. Hey, so one of the reasons I came on was not because I want to talk all day on a Friday night. I actually wanted to just let everybody know that proud New York Jets fan, and I'm going to put his link in the chat. Proud New York Jets fan is going on at 8 p.m. Eastern. That's in about 35 minutes. And we're going to do a hangout. So there's going to be people hanging out there. A Friday night hangout. So there's the link if you don't know his channel. Proud New York Jets fan. That's Nick Shine. He's not a good looking guy. Okay, he's not a good looking man. He's not the brightest guy. So he's not good looking. He's not very bright, but he's a good dude. Nick Shine. He's a good dude. I'm trying to think of something else good I could say about him. Oh, he's able to drive a car. So when I went to New Jersey, he was able to take me around. He knows good food. He knows good food. Like he took me to Harold's and we had a Taylor egg and ham, Taylor ham, eggs, cheese on a roll. And I love saying it that way because I know it irks him if he ever finds out I said it that way. And it was funny because on the menu it said Taylor ham, eggs, and cheese and on a roll. And I said, if it's pork roll, eggs, cheese, and ham on a roll, how come the menu says Taylor ham? And he said, because they're idiots. Anyway, we the people saying it's pork roll. Oh, the battle will go on forever. Whether you want to call it pork roll, Taylor ham, I don't care. It was the first time I ever ate it. I had to pull half the meat out because it was way overdone. Like it was Harold, so it was like this thick. And I wanted the real experience. So what we did was we pulled the Taylor ham out. We had French toast. I covered it with maple syrup and the French toast. Ate that way. And I ate more of a normal size Taylor, pork roll, egg, cheese sandwich. And it was absolutely fantastic. I loved it. Delicious. And I understand that Taylor is the brand name and that it's pork roll. I get it. But for some reason, people in New Jersey like to say Taylor ham. And you know how that is. I mean, there are people who say things differently all the time. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what to say. Like, I know it's weird because it's not ham, it's pork roll. Like, why isn't it Taylor pork roll, eggs and cheese on a roll? So I get the argument. But Green Bean has some other examples of this being a practice in our culture of saying things when that you don't really mean. I mean, if I see a place has three different choices of pork roll, I might have to say Taylor pork roll, eggs, cheese, because I want the Taylor. Or I might say Trenton because I want to try the Trenton pork roll. But We the People obviously lives, I think, in the more southern part of New Jersey. I think it's the more southern, mid to southern part of New Jersey that insists it's pork roll. And I think it's the northern part of New Jersey that says it's Taylor ham. And look, it was originally called prepared ham. So you were all stupid. You know what I mean? All I know is the funniest thing is Green Bean will say to me, if after I have it, he goes, now does that redefine the breakfast sandwich? Is that what you're always going to have? And what are you going to call it? And I said, I don't care, because at the end of the day, for the most part, when I go into a deli, I'm saying, give me a bacon, egg, and cheese on a roll, because bacon is freaking bacon, and there's no ham in this world that competes with bacon. Now, that being said, if you ever see me at a tailgate and you're making pork roll, eggs, cheese on a roll, I'm in. Don't say, oh, no, you like bacon, you can't have one. No, feed me. I still like it. I'm just saying, when I go into a deli in Manhattan, into a corner deli, I am saying bacon, egg, cheese on a roll. Pepper, salt, and ketchup. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm talking about. Sometimes I'll say double bacon, double egg, cheese on a roll. Because there are places that do that. So they'll put like three or four eggs on there, or whatever. And it's just loaded with egg. And then they put a lot of bacon on it. It's a big messy sandwich and it's dripping with ketchup. I love it. It's just good stuff. See, Beck is good. Bacon, eggs, and cheese. I should order it that way and see if they know what I'm talking about. Can I have Beck on a roll, please? Are you talking about that I said bacon? It's bacon, dude. My brother and I used to love this. This is how you ordered it. You go into Tycoon Donut on Union Square and you say, give me a grilled cheese with bacon on whiskey. Make the bacon crispy. Now, I had to say, because I was getting one for my father and one for me, and Matthew would be doing the same thing, we had to order it a different way. We had to say, can I have a grilled cheese with bacon on whiskey? Make the bacon crispy 2 times. Because we had to get 2 of them. And that was the way the guy yelled it to the chef. So you may as well just make it easy for him because he's not going to make a mistake. If you say, can I have 2 bacon, egg, and can I have 2 grilled cheeses, but I want rye bread and I want the bacon crispy, and then the guy just, he might know what you want, but they'll mess up and they won't hear about the bacon crispy, or they'll forget about the that it's 2 of them and they'll only make you 1. But if you say it the way they say it when they get it right, can I have a grilled cheese with bacon on whiskey? Make the bacon crispy 2 times. They're not going to mess up. They're going to give you exactly what you ordered. But yeah, double bacon. Why not? I knew he couldn't spend only 30 minutes on food. If I've been talking about food, I haven't been talking about food for over 30 minutes. I just started. It's been 5 or 6 minutes. Give me a break. Anyway, what else are you going to talk about during a bye week? We're on a bye week. So boring. A bye week. No, look, we're gonna come right here to Jets Chaos. We're gonna watch the Vikings beat the Bills. We're gonna go nuts together on Sunday. We're going to hang out tonight. It's always a good time to hang out with Nick, even though he's ugly. He's not very bright. That doesn't matter. His son is very good looking and very intelligent, and sometimes he lets Nicky on. So we'll all hang out with Nicky, and we'll just put up with Nick. You know what I mean? Sometimes we redeem ourselves with our children. Like Nick has been totally redeemed because his child got all the, got all the good looks and intelligence. Maybe he got it from mom. I'm not sure. But poor Nick. I'm making people feel sorry for Nick. Too bad his friend Ray Ray's not here. He would love this. I still have the Bills and Chiefs in the championship game. I still think that that's the most likely scenario. And I, for one, and Jet fans are going to be mad at me for saying this, Daniel, I don't think the Jets are more likely to be in the AFC Championship game than the Dolphins. I don't think that we're more likely. I would give us similar odds, maybe even give the the Fish the edge. And I know people are going to be mad at me for saying that, but the reality is when Tua plays, Miami wins. And I know I should remember to myself, when Zach Wilson plays, the Jets win. So, but maybe it's because I'm, paranoid and traumatized by my own team. So it's going to be harder for me to believe in them. So, but I do think that Miami fans have every right to be talking the way Jet fans are talking. Like, we could do this. If we get everything right, we can make it to the championship game. I think Dolphin fans should feel that way. And I think Jet fans have earned the way to feel that way. They've earned the right to feel that way, especially because people say, oh, well, you start losing games, you won't feel that way. Then that's why we have to feel that way now. People say, oh, I don't want to be disappointed. What? Like, this is our window to enjoy, to be excited, to think about the possibilities. Why rob yourself of that? Like, nobody should rob themselves of that excitement. We might not get it again for a long time. We as Jet fans need to know that, right? You don't get the opportunity to dream very often about your team when you're a Jets fan. Even the Dolphins, right? Neither of the teams have given their fans that many opportunities in the last 30 years to feel that way. So this is the opportunity for us to feel that way about our team. Like, what if we could do it? What if this happens? What if that happens? I wouldn't blame, and I know people here would want to attack him. I'm not going to attack a Dolphin fan for saying I think my team could go to the championship game or the Super Bowl or whatever. There's a chance. The Bengals did it last year. The Dolphin fans should be having the same conversations. So, and I agree. I think if we're all being realistic, the Bills are still the favorite. And the Chiefs have proved that even losing Tyreek Hill, the Chiefs are more than any one player, except for maybe Mahomes. But they are a true world-class team, organization, what have you, and next man up, and they find ways to win because Andy Reid is just an incredible coach. And that's the reality. But the cool thing, if you're another team in the AFC East, is that you have the opportunity to dream now and think and feel that our team has the opportunity, like that our team can do it, that we have a path, and that it's not impossible that we can get there. So I think that we should all feel that way. I remember those games, Michael Lando, my friends. Those were good times. Michael Lando, thank you for being a snacker, by the way. I appreciate the support. Our snackers are the sponsors of this channel. Aside from people also give super chats, which helps as well. As a matter of fact, one super chat sometimes is as much as being a snacker. So if that's the way you like to do it, that's fine. But I want you all to know that that is the sponsorship of the channel. That's what, without question, without exaggeration, that's what pays for the lighting. That's what pays the subscription for the StreamYard for me to put this out there. It pays the cost. His channel is 100% financed now. Luckily, I've gotten to a point where pretty much every month I am covering the cost of running this channel, which means without any exaggeration, my snackers and my super chatters are literally the sponsors for this channel. They are keeping this studio running. So I appreciate that. I appreciate everybody. If you want to know how to do that, you go to the homepage of this channel. You go to Jets Chaos, the homepage. There should be a button called Join. And that's how you figure out how to join and become a snacker. There's a few different levels of snacker. And pick whatever level you're comfortable with. You could be as cheap as a cup of coffee per month. 1 cup of coffee per month. It's horrible that I steal that, right? Because that's used to raise money for kids who are starving. But it's a reality. And I'm not really stealing it from that infomercial. I'm stealing it from Buffalo Jet Fan. So there you go. He did it first. Anyway, Jim Page thinks we're the favorite. I hope so. I'm definitely biased in a negative way because I'm 52 and I've watched this team lose for 40 years, right? So I'm afraid to sit there and be overconfident. I'm afraid to feel that way. But I'm getting better. I'm not as bad as some people. Some people are convinced we're going to crash. And I'm not believing that. I'm believing there's a chance we won't. I'm believing that we might be able to pull this off. Win 10, 11 games. I'm thinking it's for real. I am. It pays the cost for chaos to be the boss. The boss. The boss of what? I have no idea. I'm like Rodney Dangerfield now. Miami over the Jets, says Jerem. I printed that receipt. No, I didn't say that. I said they have the right to believe in their team as much as we believe in ours. I think it's about equal, but because I'm not predicting that they're over us. I'm just saying that my trauma as a Jet fan makes me fear that. You know what I mean? It's a difference. I'm the first one to say I'd rather have an outsider project who's better, the Dolphins or the Jets, than me, because I can't be partial. I'm affected. I'm affected by the Jets' past, and it stops me from being completely unbiased. I just want this game in Foxborough more than anything right now. Me too, man. I really want to beat them. I said it right when we lost, and I usually don't. I usually say, we got to play these guys again in New England past years. This is the first time we got out of a loss like that, and I said we were going to beat these guys next time, and I was confident, and I said it like with complete conviction and belief. Right when we lost that game, I said we are going to beat them the next time we play them. We are a better team, and the refs can't possibly screw us as badly as they screwed us a second game in a row. They're not stealing a touchdown from us this time. Imagine a completely healthy Jets roster could be AFC Championship bound. Well, look, I mean, we were talking about that yesterday on Green Bean's channel, right? I mean, you put Becton back. What if Becton comes back healthy? I know people, he's overweight, he's hurt. No, what if he comes back healthy and in shape? What if that was to happen? And then AVT and Becton come back onto this team that's already performing the way they're playing. And now we add on Becton and AVT and Max Mitchell and Fant. Now, they might be gone this year. We're getting Mitchell and Fant back this year for sure. Maybe not Fant next year. But we're getting Mitchell back and Fant back this year for sure. right? So we got that for this year. And then imagine Mitchell's coming back next year. In all likelihood, what's his face is coming back. Brown, right? And imagine AVT now gets healthy and Becton comes back. And I'm sure we'll use like a 3rd or 4th round draft pick on an offensive line, a tackle again, possibly. If the value's there, we might use a 1st or 2nd rounder. There's no way to know. But there's that, and there's Breece Hall. And then imagine Breece Hall's come back. And understand that we beat Buffalo without Corey Davis. So there's a lot of, I mean, some are going to come back this year, but next year, my God, I don't want to jump into next year, but it's hard not to think about that. Like the potential for next year is off the charts. Just got to get rid of the injury bug. Can you imagine if we could just be healthy? Oh my God, this team could be so good. Can we trade our bye week? I want the Jets. I want the Pats now. I know. I could play them tomorrow. Play them today, tonight. Could beat those guys. Wow. Snowball's confident. That's good because Snowball's usually not like this. Snowball's usually a guy that says, I'll just mess with you, Snowball. Snowball's a good-looking dude. He shouldn't be hanging out with guys like us. That's what I was thinking in Brooklyn, Coney Island. Like, this guy's too good-looking to be here. People are going to look and say, what's that guy doing hanging out with those geeks? I've been watching interviews with Salah. He's the real deal. Oh, yeah. I you know me. I've always been a Salah guy. I don't know what the someone's saying, what's the meow? So, we got a visitor here. Indy Colts 77. The Colts are now the Adam Gase Jets. Good for your guys. Success. Hope you make a run of the playoffs. Thank you. Look, I'm very confused. The question I have for every Colts fan is, do you think they're tanking? Like, does the owner really believe that Jeff Saturday gives them the best chance to come back this year and make a playoff run and get it back together? Or is this literally we're going to tank the season? I'm wondering. I'll tell you this much. I'm curious. I'm very, very curious to watch the Colts. I'm curious. I was going to almost do a watch party for the Colts game because I'm so curious to what it's going to look like with Jeff Saturday and a completely inexperienced staff. What is it going to look like? They've never called an offensive play. And if they win, I'll tell you this much. If the Colts beat the Raiders on Sunday, the Raiders have to fire their coach. What's his name? Josh, whatever. I call him the Patriots guy. Because this guy has killed the Broncos. And if the Raiders lose to a team that the coach literally took over 4 days ago and had to draw up a playbook and has no experience and has the assistant quarterback coach calling his plays as the offensive coordinator, if they pull it off and win, and they're missing their all-pro, I think one of the best linebackers in the NFL, right? Turnover machine, causes turnovers. Leonard, he's hurt. So if they win this game, if the Colts beat the Raiders 100% has got to fire McDaniels. Has got to do it. They've got to fire him. How could they not fire him if they lose this game? Just as a statement. They should have kept their interim coach, the Raiders. Anyway, I'm just curious if you think the Colts are tanking or not, but thank you for the good wishes. We appreciate it. You're a class act, Indy Colts 777. You're welcome here anytime. If you haven't, subscribe to the channel. Thank you. I did steal that from you. I did get the answer. No, not from you. Not from you, Twisted. You're not the one who helped me. Who's I saw Jim. Oh, you said it first. But when I looked up on my computer, I saw Jim Pot. But you said it first, Twisted. You said it first. But thank you guys. Thank you for filling in for my my incompetence. 6 degrees of separation. If the Raiders fire Josh, does he go back to the Pats? I imagine that's what would happen. I mean, they got that guy Patricia calling the offensive plays. They got a couple of defensive coordinators calling their plays. Maybe Belichick knew and said, "I'll just hold your spot with these guys because I know you'll be back." I don't know. This is the second time this guy has completely failed as a head coach. So I'll tell you what. Anybody who wants to make fun of the Colts for McDaniels, think of it this way. I would say it's not. I'd say it's better than what the Raiders did, because they took a guy who's proven to be a crappy head coach. He went to Denver and turned it into a catastrophe. So I wouldn't be. It's confusing maybe why they named Jeff Saturday and why they didn't keep a senior staff member there, at least on the offense. But at the same time, who's worse? Because the Raiders took a known loser. And the Raiders have done that in the past too. They took Norv Turner, who's a proven loser. The Raiders have, it's not the first time the Raiders have taken proven losers to be their head coach. But he might go back to New England, and he might go back right away. Belichick might bring him right back in and slide him right back into his role as offensive coordinator. I could definitely see that happening. Yeah, he's gotten tons of shots. And don't forget the time that he was supposed to be the Colts head coach and he didn't get on the plane. Right? Because he thought, oh, maybe if I wait, maybe Belichick will retire. And at the time they had Brady, and maybe I'll be able to get a cheap winning team. Like, I'll do it cheaply. I'll do it off the back of Belichick. But it's not like he didn't take over two good teams. He took over a good organization going into Denver, and then he goes to the Raiders and he takes over a team that was a playoff team, who survived tons of controversy, tons of adversity, and he still couldn't do anything. I mean, it's horrible. He's killed Derek Carr. He's killed him, destroyed this guy. Carr was getting better every year, and he just destroyed Derek Carr. His name is Derek Carr, right? I'm not crazy. Okay, I know he has a brother, so I get confused sometimes. Another Germanism. Funny thing is the Raiders and Jets swapped this year. Raiders were supposed to be playoff bound, while the Jets, we know the story. Yeah, that's good observation. You could say the same thing for Denver, and you could say the same thing for the Chargers will make the playoffs. But yeah, Twisted, you're right. And doesn't that happen every year in the NFL? Like, we never really know who all the good teams and bad teams are, right? There's always surprises and new things that happen. A lot of coordinators fail as head coaches. Not solid, though. Booyah. Yep. I'm sure he still feels he has a lot to prove, but I certainly feel a lot better about him, Raw Power. I'm feeling really good about our boy. Oh, look at this. Let's everybody give. If any of our other snackers are here, let's give a warm welcome to our newest member, Twisted. He's become a snacker. Oh, he became a heavy snacker. Wow. Thank you, Twisted. I appreciate that. Wow. Thank you so much, Twisted. I appreciate that. Helps the channel. And for those of you who want to be snackers, you get new emoticons. Twisted, if you want to check it out. I don't know if they popped in right away, but there's some, if you know where to look, right to the right of your chat thing, when you go to make a chat, there should be a extra little emoticon button, and there should be some extra things you could put in. I kind of stole off of Ryan from Jets Talk 24/7. I think I just put the Jets letters in there and some pizza and some other things. But thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate that. Again, really helps the channel, so I can't thank you enough. Jets in Seattle. Yeah, Seattle's a big surprise, right? Man, I thought they were tanking. I thought they were like going to look for a new quarterback in the draft, honestly. So they just like totally went down. So, man, yeah. Look at this. Thank you, Indie Cult 77. Thank you for your thoughts. We were as confused and embarrassed by these moves. Zach looked good against Buffalo. Any news if Allen plays against the Vikes? They've actually been, first of all, thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Super kind of you. And I saw a Twitter today, a video feed of when the press went onto the Buffalo field for practice, when they got access. Josh Allen was on the field and took off for the locker room and ran away. So there's a lot of debate going on whether that's just gamemanship, right? Gamesmanship. So there's like, it's definitely a mystery. Nobody knows for sure. I think popular opinion is that he won't play based on the injury and based on, does it make sense? Like, is it smart to play him? Because if it is injured and you play it and he injures it further, it could be a Tommy John kind of injury, which for an NFL quarterback could be, I mean, that's like a full year. That's what people don't understand. He won't just miss this season. I mean, he could be gone until next year, November. So they're playing with fire if they don't, if he's, if there's that risk. We don't know what doctors are saying. So we don't know. People are debating back and forth whether they believe or not he's going to play. We'll see is really the only answer. I personally am not happy that he got hurt. If I could undo it, I would. Not the sack, but if I could undo him getting hurt, I would, because I am not a guy who ever wants injuries. If the Jets were to win the division, I don't want it to be, and I don't know how Miami feels about it, but like, I don't want it to be because Josh Allen got hurt. Like, in other words, I would rather fight to win the division and pull and stun the world with a healthy Josh Allen on the Bills. Then Josh Allen is out. Now it's between Miami and the Jets pull it off. But everyone in the world would say, well, that's because Josh Allen was hurt. Right. And I know still for us, it's a good thing. Like, it's not like I wouldn't be happy. Like, if Josh Allen doesn't play and we win the division, I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be going crazy. I'm going to be cheering. But I'd much rather win the division with Josh Allen in, because if it was up to me and I could wave a magic wand, there wouldn't be injuries for any team. It hurts the game of football. We lose our stars, and it's so damaging to the game of football. So I would make the trade of no injuries for anyone. I don't wish that on any player. But unfortunately, we don't know, and he might be out and he might miss games. And if he is, we have to, the Jet fans and every team that plays the Bills can't harp on that. They have to go out there and they have to beat the Bills, because at the end of the day, we all still have our season to play. You know what I mean? And they still get to go on that field with Casey Keenum, and they still get to play to win too. So the world goes on, but it's unfortunate. When McNeely says he coached the Colts, he was just joshing. That's a pun. That's a groaner foul. Oh, we call that a groaner foul in comedy sports. Thank you. I'll be here all week. Try the veal. Try the veal. You mix in some Godfather. Allen and the Bills in general are at least hated divisional rivals too. Allen seems like a good dude. Yeah, look, I have nothing. We would have loved Josh Allen if he was a Jet, right? No one could say anything personal about Josh Allen, right? We would have loved him. He's a fierce competitor. He's passionate. He wants to win. He's super talented. There would be absolutely nothing. There's no way we can claim, oh, he's not a good dude. We should, you know what I mean? Josh Allen's a good dude. He just happens to play for one of our rivals. And by the way, Tua is a good dude too. He is. He just happens to play for one of our rivals. I just had to throw that because I don't like all the Tua hate that went out there, and I felt it got way too personal. I heard Case Keenum was quarterback with Diggs at Minnesota. True? Huh. I know the other receiver. Like, Keenum threw to the other guy. I don't know if Diggs was around at that time, but I think Case Keenum threw to what's his name? The other guy that's good, that's not as good anymore. Adam Thielen or something like that. Thielen. I don't know. I'd have to look at the years that Diggs has been playing and when Casey Keenum was there, but I'm pretty sure he threw to the other guy that I was just naming. Thielen. Thanks, Anthony. Well, Allen is out because of the Jets breaking him off. Well, I mean, look, I'm not upset about the sack. Like, I want our guys to sack and hit that quarterback as hard as they can, rattle them, make them play ineffectively or have to take a break and be out of the game, but I want them back healthy the next week. You know what I mean? I don't want it to be permanent. Just got my pork roll, egg, and cheese delivered. Are you serious? I love this guy. This dude cracks me up. Guys, I'm running out of time. I don't want to cut into Proud New York Jets. Obviously, I'm going to probably join them. Let me promote it one more time for Nick. Again, Nick could really use your help. He's not a good-looking guy. Again, I can't say it enough. He's very ugly. Not a good-looking man. Not a smart man. Not the kind of, you wouldn't want your son to be like him. You certainly wouldn't want your daughter to marry him. You wouldn't want your sister to marry him. What else can I say? But he can drive a car. Thanks, Anthony. He could drive a car, and he knows where to get good food. He does. He knows where to get good food, and he could drive a car. Jim Pocket, thanks. I'll see you later. Guys, I'll see you all later. I'll be on the Friday Night Hangout, proud New York Jets fan. I just put it back in the chat again. It's there again for you, so check it out. Hang out tonight. It's starting in about 4 or 5 minutes. I might not be there from the beginning. I might take a little break right now, but you'll definitely see me jump on. Take care, everybody. Have a good one. And here's me at MetLife Stadium. We are live. We got Harry W. We got Richie from Jets Media, Matt O'Leary, Iowa Jets fan, in the house. We got Dom C in the house. We got Steve, live, CEO of the Jet Lounge. So I knew I'd get rich on my channel. See what's going on. Yeah, there we go. Woo.
Jets by $1 million today.
Yeah.